Good morning. Welcome to Joy News Desk. We're coming to you live from our studios in Kokomlemle. Coming up this morning, some staff of MMDAs in Ashanti region interdicted over missing general counterfoil receipt books. We have details. Also this morning, Inspector General of Police confidence of an improved police-community relationship, more from his one-day tour of various police stations in parts of the Greater Accra region. And on our Tech Talk today, Twitter threatens to sue Meta after rival app threats gains traction, a genuine case for consideration. We'll talk to tech experts on what this could mean for both parties. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Do stay for details. Many thanks for choosing us. Some staff of Metropolitan Municipal and District Assemblies in the Ashanti Region Meeting Council has initiated a full-scale investigation.
The Offenso, Akrofrom, Atrimampunia and Swami local assemblies are among areas where the trend has been discovered. Chief executive officers, coordinating directors and finance officers in the affected areas are being held responsible for the missing receipt books. Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei-Mensah says the Regional Coordinating Council is awaiting a report of an investigation committee for the appropriate action to be taken.
Already we've even interdicted some people. There was a committee in place investigating some of them, the very serious one. We have a committee that is investigating. At the end of the committee's report, then we will know the next action to take. If there's a need for us to dismiss some of them, we will do that. If there's a need maybe to report to local government service to take certain action, we do that. You know, those under finance, that's the finance officers, they are all under controller and accountant general. They are not local government staff. Yes, so at the end of the report, then we know the sanctions to apply.
Nonetheless, all 43 MMDAs in the Ashanti region have submitted their first quarter financial statements. 3 of them were returned for correction of errors. The assemblies generated over 24 million cedis out of a target of 26.5 million cedis, representing 92.7% of the target. 17 of the MMDAs exceeded their quarterly budgets. Mr. Osei-Mensah, who was satisfied with the performance, spoke about measures adopted to improve revenue mobilization.
Last year, it was somewhere around 70%, and some or most of the assemblies had collected even less than 50%. But this year, there's significant improvement. Maybe it's the monitoring is a factor. Now we look at their financial statement. You know, they submit financial statement every month. And then I request the chief local government inspector to also give me a report on the financial statement. So I look at the assemblies and call them and say, you have to back up in this area, you have to back up in that area. This is one of the factors. My regional internal auditor is also doing very well, and the budget officer is doing very well. So the monitoring has improved. We do both external and internal monitoring. You know,
over 23.4 million cedis was spent by the assemblies in the Ashanti region. The regional minister bemoaned some recurring audit issues, including non-deduction of VAT and other taxes.
It has also come to the notice of the Regional Coordinating Council that some recurring audit issues are not being addressed by MMDs. These include the non-deduction of VAT and the tax, and even when deducted, is not remitted. Payments made by assemblies are also not accounted for. Some assemblies are also refusing to hold audit committee meetings. The recent data collected shows a very abysmal picture, particularly at Offenso, Sechere East, and Adansi North. I'm also informed that some MMDCs and MMDCDs do not involve their internal auditors in the payment process, citing the use of the gift mix as an excuse.
The general meeting of the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council deliberated on measures to develop local communities. For Joy News, Nana Aljima reporting.
The Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufo-Dampare, has vowed he will do everything within his power to improve the police service and community relations. Speaking at the Sapeman Basic 2 School, he said that is the surest way of achieving effective policing. On his interaction tour of the Greater Accra region yesterday, the IGP bumped into 3 school children who fled when they saw him and his team. He walked with them to school whilst encouraging them to make police their friend. Maxwell Agbagba has more.
It's morning here at Amasaman. School children are on their way to school. The 3 of them in the community will meet an unexpected visitor, the Inspector General of Police. As a natural reaction by many children when they see the police, they start to run away. The IGP, Dr. George Akufo-Dampare, got down from his car and decided to walk with the 3 school children to school. It was a long walk together with other top police officers. He first went to the homes of the pupils to introduce himself to their parents.
The police is here. The police is here. So we are here.
That encounter culminated in an unplanned sensitization at the Sapeman MA2 Basic School, where the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufo-Dampare, urged the students to see the police as their friend.
I'm trying to recover from the shock that I had after meeting the little ones who saw people supposed to protect them, and they started running. But I know one thing, that is a good thing that we witnessed, and we pick the relevant lessons, and we are going to double our steps in trying to build partnership and engage the community for us to be able to win your hearts and minds, to win the hearts and minds of your elder siblings, the hearts and minds of your parents, the hearts and minds of your uncles, the hearts and minds of your grandparents, and more importantly, the hearts and minds of your little siblings whom we just dispatched. So that's the assurance I want to give you. We are there because of you. We have witnessed something dramatic today, which is a gap in terms of the quality of service we provide for the communities, and more importantly, for you, the young ones, which we have missed. And we are going to recalibrate and get to the point that we'll be in a position to satisfy you. Because I have said it without time without number, that as long as we are public servants, you guys are in school, you are fresh with your synonyms and antonyms. Whenever there is a servant, there will be what? I can hear you. Whenever there is a servant, there will be what? And if we are public servants, by the work that we do, then we have been looking for our masters. And to tell you the truth, the masters are the people in the community that we serve. The old people are our masters, your parents are our masters, your uncles are our masters, your elder siblings are our masters, and you, if you don't know, today, I'm telling you, you are our masters.
Police is your friend is a popular mantra used by officers of the law. The pupils, who are all less than 10 years old, say they are excited about their encounter with the IGP, and they now see the police as a friend.
Sarah what?
Sarah Jane.
Sarah Jane. Okay. Why were you running when you saw the police?
I'm afraid of the police.
Yeah. So from now, would you still be afraid of the police?
No.
Why wouldn't you be afraid of the police again?
Because the police is my friends.
Now I can feel that the police are our friends, so I won't run when I saw them. Okay. Because of the guns and the firearms, that's why I'm afraid.
Earlier, the IGP visited the Amasaman police station where he interacted with personnel there and also engaged with residents. He asked the residents to always count on the police. He was also at the palace of the chief of Amasaman and Ajin Kotoku. The IGP is visiting police stations in Accra to assess the quality of service the public receives when they visit police stations for help.
Director of Health Administration and Support Services at the Ghana Health Service says it has become imperative for Ghana to develop and implement innovative, cost-effective strategies in the management of hospitals. Dr. Ebo Hammond says it cannot be business as usual for administrators of public hospitals at a time patients are becoming sophisticated and aware of their rights. He made the call for a paradigm shift in the management of hospitals during a training program for 93 administrators appointed to manage hospitals across the country. Ohim Interior has more.
According to Dr. Hammond, hospital administrators must be equipped with and apply transformational management skills that targets expenditure cutting for effective healthcare management. Whilst cautioning administrators against fraud, he insists they cannot sit on the fence and pretend all is well at a time medical legal cases are on the rise against health workers and facilities.
The hospital administrator is required to apply transformational leadership and strategic management skills for effective healthcare management by providing all cadre of health professionals with the necessary logistics and the enabling environment to empower them to discharge their duties effectively. Innovative revenue generation and expenditure cutting measures to ensure efficient and effective operations of public hospitals. The training will also enlighten participants with strategies for preventing and managing medical legal issues which are on the rise. We are being sued by patients because of negligence and others.
Country representative at JSI, Dr. Henry Nanagai, wants administrators to prioritize prevention, detection, and elimination of fraud at all times.
In the development space, when we see that there is an irregularity of resources that we are using, whether for HIV, TB, malaria, COVID, etc., either in the health facility or a district, we discuss it at our level, and sometimes we don't provide more resources, because we are worried whether the resource will be used appropriately or not. So fraud prevention, detection, and response, as administrators, I can tell you that it's a key thing that you should all look forward to preventing, detecting, and supporting to minimize the matters of fraud.
Deputy Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Anthony Ofosu Adofo, has charged administrators to help manage the government's investments efficiently in the provision of health infrastructure that goes a long way to improve patient care.
Government and our development partners have provided a lot of support and investment in the health sector. And you as hospital administrators, you have the responsibility to ensure that these investment and resources are managed effectively.
From Kumasi, for Joy News, Ohim Interior reporting.
Removing barriers that hinder accessibility to digital learning, especially at the tertiary education level, has become crucial in the 21st century. The Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology ELearning Center has therefore brought together stakeholders in the sector for the Maiden eLearning Ghana Conference. It aims at discussing ways of growing the e-learning space. More in this report.
The two-day conference is under the theme Education Without Borders, Digitalization to Improve Accessibility, Quality, Inclusivity and Sustainability. According to the director of the center, Professor Eric Appel Asante, the conference will provide opportunities for interactions among e-learning experts. He is hopeful the discussion will help in shaping up the e-learning landscape.
This Maiden eLearning Ghana Conference, targeting tertiary institutions, will be the pathway to forging a formidable network of e-learning experts in the country. The forum should sensitize our stakeholders such as academics, trainers, policy makers, and our students, cherished students, to ensure the integrity and standards of the Ghanaian e-learning landscape. Our overall aim is to translate all discussions and insights into tangible outcomes, actionable plans, and renewed commitment to break down barriers that hinder access to education, enhance quality of learning online, and then, of course, foster inclusivity and sustainability of our efforts.
The Pro-Vice Chancellor of KNUST, Professor Ellis Owusu-Dabo, recounted the university's digital transformative decision in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. He pledged the university's resolve to ensure a sustained use of digital tools for effective teaching and learning.
Being adjudged as the best globally in terms of the Sustainable Development Goal 4 for quality education in the 2023 Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, remains committed to promoting the use of cutting-edge e-learning technologies and pedagogical strategies to facilitate teaching and learning, knowledge creation, and service to impact our communities. This conference bears ample testimony to this drive.
Director of Digital Innovation at the University Design Institute of the Arizona State University, Dale Johnson, charged the stakeholders to continue investing in the sector for satisfactory student learning experience.
To enable the faculty members to prepare their courses for online and to support them in that process. I think the future is going to be that type of investment over time to ensure that the students have the best learning opportunity.
In the recent wake of migration of nurses to the diaspora for better job opportunities, chairperson of the 1993-year group of the University of Ghana, Robert Darko, has emphasized the need to build the needed capacity to help curb brain drain. Speaking at the seminar to mark their 30th anniversary, he called for the collaborative efforts between government and all stakeholders to ensure the future of Ghanaian youth is secured.
The 1993-year group of the University of Ghana, celebrating their 30th anniversary of completing school, has organized a seminar on the trajectory of the country, socio-economically and politically. The seminar on the topic, 30 years of socio-economic and political disequilibrium, systemic interventions to salvage, highlighted the need to strategize methods for the development of the country. Dean of the Graduate School in the University of Ghana, Professor Robert Darko, in an interview, highlighted the need to train and equip more nurses to curb the current brain drain happening in the country.
We have serious unemployment problem today in this country, right? We have serious underemployment problem. We have serious graduate unemployment, so much so that today we have what we call the Graduate Unemployment Association or something to that effect. So if another country needs nurses and we have the capacity to train and to export, what's wrong with that? Remember, we are growing cocoa. Don't we drink cocoa? Don't we eat chocolate? But we grow cocoa and then we sell some. So why can't we build human capacity and export some? Of course, we also import capacities when we do need them, right? We have technocrats who have come to the country at various stages of our development to support us. It is not an issue of nurses are leaving us, so what are we doing wrong? No, of course, if you take the healthcare system as it is, we do not have enough nurses. But what are we doing to train more nurses? And what are we doing to retain those nurses? Okay? In that case, you are turning what you call a brain drain into a brain gain.
Economist and researcher Peter Quarty, together with other panelists, advised the youth to consciously desire to gain work experience through internships and strategic workshops.
Sometimes when we look at your CVs, your job applications, they don't entice us. It doesn't tell us that you are ready for the job market. Where I schooled, you realize they come around, show you how to write your CV. They train you, they prepare you for the job market. I don't know whether our counseling and placement center does a lot of that. So we need to prepare our students ready, our young people ready for the job market. Don't do business as usual. So don't always start, you don't have work experience. Look for job placements, look for internships, etc. Start something. And wherever you work, if people start from 8, close at 5, start at 5:30, 6, start early. Don't do business as usual. Your employer will by all means notice you, and I'm sure you will get promotion.
I always say that your time, you do not have any reason not to do well. When 30 years ago when we were here, there were no mobile phones. We were using typewriter. Today you have Instagram, you have what? You have also kinds of social media. Instead of using it for Snapchats and watching people wearing bikini and all that, you should spend the time learning something which is extraordinary so that you can beat the competition.
Reporting for Joy News, Stephen Mensah.
We take a break on Joy News Desk. We'll be back with more. Welcome back to Joy News Desk. We're back. Let's get on to the other stories. Members of the National Food Suppliers Association are still picketing the Pafa Store Company, demanding their locked-up funds despite assurance by government to get the debt settled. Minister for Food and Agriculture Brian Echamp on Thursday night visited the picketers, promising them to touch base with the finance minister to have their 2 years arrears paid. The suppliers are, however, not satisfied with the promise, hence the continuing picketing. Spokesperson for the association and actually General Secretary Mr. Ifa joins us with more. Grateful for your time, Kwame Ifa. What time did the minister visit you, and what exactly has he been telling you?
Thank you. He was here with us that yesterday around 7 p.m. And we are grateful. In fact, we must appreciate him. We salute him for the assurance and for him coming down, talk to us and to give us that assurance. He told us that he wants to assure us that day after the meeting, he will tell us when and exactly when we are going to do it. And that if he is not able to do, we should hold him accountable. If you come to his office, or you should do whatever you want. And in fact, it touched our heart. So we are also informed the office. So we decided, okay, that's good. So we will not be so much aggressive on them or so high. But what we do is, because of his assurance, he did it for people. It's very short. 4 p.m. we get around. So we will relax our activities for today and then wait upon him for a final communication. And after the communication, he told us that he told us when we are going to take exactly. So we are waiting for the date or the time that will take. And I believe it's good news.
So
when you come, hold on. So when you come here, the people that you see one sitting down are the people who came from far, and that they cannot go back and get the news that they can come back to work. So because of that, they are just relaxed and sitting down, waiting for the news. But we have told our members also to relax our activities for today.
So, do you know when that meeting with the minister will come on?
Yeah, he told us that they have the meeting
today.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So when you go for that meeting, what will be your case presented to government?
Yes. What he told us is that after today's meeting, he will tell us the date we will pay. So we are waiting for the date that will pay.
And he's promised to pay you your 2 years arrears.
Yes, he said he pay us all, and if he does not, he said he promised, and that we should put this thing on him now. We should leave for him. If anything, you should come and attack, or you should come to me.
So as you wait for that meeting to come on, what are you going to do? Are you going to leave the premises of the buffer stock?
The premises of the buffer stock, as we speak, the people, that's why the people here are those who have come from far and have no place to go, so they are just waiting for the meeting at home, and they will go. But today's activity of that aggressiveness has been relaxed.
Waiting.
So members are not fully 100% satisfied until they hear the news. That's why one or two are still around wait for the news.
All right. So hopefully the minister will be meeting you today, and then you would make a headway. You would know when your money will be paid to you, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Right. Patrick Ifa is secretary of the Suppliers Association, who've been picketing the buffer stock company for days. They say that they're looking forward to a meeting with the Minister of Agric, who has promised to do so that they will know when their monies will be paid. We'll be monitoring this and we'll bring you updates of the outcome of this meeting. And to other stories, after making a debut qualification to the national tournament, Brekum Methodist Senior High School and Technical ceased not to outstun their contenders as they surprisingly progressed to the finals of the Bono Ahafo Zonal Championship for the first time. With an unbroken resolve to prevail, contestants of that school moved from -2 points in the first round to boot out Notre Dame Girls SHS after 4 tiebreaker questions. On the day 3, other schools, including defending champions St. James Seminary, also secured slots at the final stage of the regional competition. Emmanuel Bright Kwaku has more.
At the end of round 2, Methodist Senior High Technical School, Brekum, is owing me 2 points. So you have -2. Atebubu Senior High School had 3 points. Notre Dame Girls Senior High School had 7 points.
Utter silence in the Brekum camp after the quiz mistress announced scores for the 3 schools at the end of the second round. The school had moved from a 0-point score at the end of the first round to a deficit score of 2 in the second round. Their hopes of winning were almost shattered. But with an unwavering spirit to push through, the contestants nullified their negative score in the third round to secure 8 points behind Notre Dame Girls SHS and eventually ending the contest in a tiebreaker.
Intersect at E. Then AE times BE equals CE times DE. Is this true or false? Yes, Methodist. True. That is correct. So congratulations to you, Methodist Senior High Technical School.
Wisdom before riches, for learning is better than silver and gold.
This is coming as a surprise. During the qualifiers, you qualified to the first time to the national tournament, and today you are qualifying again to the first time to the finals. How does this make you feel?
I told you this year is our year, and I'm saying it again, that it's a year for mistake. So the surprises are just going to be more.
Is this surprise coming from John Wesley or something? How you are managing to get these things?
Sure. Because Methodist is doing well. Okay. Yeah, it's the prayers from the entire school.
Being down by -2 points in the first round, we never gave up. We'll keep on surprising you because we know that we are working hard for it. Don't take the other schools. There are big points for consideration, but we are telling you that we are coming. Even if it's going to be 2 points, as we said previously, we are winning the nationals this year. We are winning the regional championship.
3 other schools, including defending champions St. James Seminary, Sunyani Secondary School, and Akonfi Ameyao SHS, also secured slots at the final stage of the regional championship.
Victory is ours, as they shall grow and grow.
For us, we have prepared to meet anybody, and it's continuing. We have just set the pace. This is the beginning. Yes. We are not leaving any stone unturned at all. and we are going to meet any school at all. We are going to crash every school.
SISEC promises you that we are going to strengthen our perspicacity for the betterment of our school and the country at large. Listen. We are taking this hands down and we are coming with a back-to-back performance.
Yes.
So the other schools, they can try. Yes. Because it is an illusion they cherished.
A hotel for. So St. James Seminary just secured the last slot to the finals of the Bono Ahafo zonal championship right here in Sunyane, and they qualified. So far they have the highest points. They've actually cemented their stance as the defending champions. They qualified with some 46 points. Given the impressive performance by your boys, are you convinced that you're going to win the championship back to back?
In terms of life, everything is a probability. But based on what we've done today, we hope and we pray that the good Lord will grant us victory tomorrow.
We are still holding our heads high. So we are not promising anything, but what we promise is what we believe in ourselves we are going to do tomorrow.
So that's a teacher from St. James Seminary School. They secured the last slot to the finals. They are qualifying with 3 other schools. We are having a Kumfi Ameya Senior High School, Breku Methodist Senior High and Technical School, and also we also saw Sunyane Secondary School also qualifying to the finals of the Bono Ahafo Zonal Championship, which will be happening later tomorrow. From here in Sunyane, my name is Emmanuel Bright-Kweku.
I'm back in the studio in Accra. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Twitter is threatening Meta with a lawsuit after the blockbuster launch of Meta's new Twitter rival Threads, and perhaps the clearest sign yet that Twitter views the app as a competitive threat. On Wednesday, an attorney representing Twitter sent Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg a letter that accused the company of trade secret theft through the hiring of former Twitter employees. The letter was first reported by Semaphore. A person familiar with the matter confirmed the letter's authenticity to CNN. The letter by Alex Spiro, an outside lawyer for Twitter owner Elon Musk, alleged that Meta had engaged in systematic, willful, and unlawful misappropriation of Twitter's trade secrets and other intellectual property. In response to reports on the letter, Musk tweeted, "Competition is fine, cheating is not." The letter goes on to say that Meta hired former Twitter employees who have improperly retained Twitter documents and electronic devices, and that Meta deliberately involved these employees in developing threats. Well, there's more on the CNN on this development, but what does this mean for both technology giants? I'm joined via Zoom by Abigail Otiko Amate. She is an IT consultant. Grateful for your time. First, what's your impression about what is happening between Meta and Twitter, especially after there was mass layoffs at Twitter, and then there was introduction of fees for blue tick, gold tick by Twitter, and now this huge competition coming from Meta?
All right, thank you, Aisha. Please can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Abigail.
Okay, thank you. I think, as he said, cheating is not allowed, but I don't think he's cheating, and he's saying that they've hired people from Twitter to, deliberately steal their stuff. But I think he's just trying his shot, and I don't see anything wrong with it. He's just scared.
The accusation by Twitter that its former employees have given out its trade secret to Meta, because we know that could be wrong if the employees did that in law, but that would also be wrong only if there had been a contract from Twitter barring employees of Twitter, working with a similar company and actually sharing information from Twitter to that similar company. Do we know if something like that happened?
Yeah, exactly. If that is the case, then it's entirely wrong, and I think Twitter may win. But the thing is, Meta is saying Meta is saying that the employees they are using are not from Twitter. So I don't know what kind of backing or confirmation they have as of now to substantiate what they are saying against them. Yeah.
Kwamate, she's an IT consultant, and we've been having a conversation on what the conflict between Meta and Twitter will do to social media users. This is something that has just begun. We'll be monitoring and see how it unfolds. But a lot of people are blaming Elon Musk for all these because when he took over Twitter, he introduced a lot of draconian measures which didn't go down well with Twitter users. And also the sacking of employees of Twitter. People say that Elon Musk brought this upon himself. Let's see how that competition between Twitter and Meta goes. Definitely, there's more we'll bring you on our network. Let's take a break on Joy News Desk. When we return, we'll bring you business.
Good morning, welcome to business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Sales executive of Green Opal Properties, Collins Carrick-Beda, has indicated that customers stand to enjoy a 1 to 5 year payment plan when they purchase their buildings. Green Opal Properties will be part of this year's EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. According to Mr. Beda, houses built by Green Opal Properties are affordable and uniquely spaced.
Watching our space at the fair is the best thing you could do for yourself because you dream it, we build it. And that is the most unique thing about us. We give you unique homes. So approaching us, you are getting quality of materials for your building. You are getting quality items within your building. Bathroom, from kitchen, and wardrobes. The highlight areas for us for this fair will be for Adenta Aviation, where we are currently even doing a payment plan, kind of a promo thing, a payment plan for clients who are not able to afford within a period of a year or a year and a half. So we are doing that 1 to a 5 year payment plan where they will pay 50% and then spread the balance 50% between 1 to 5 years. Yes, either monthly payments or quarterly payments, we subscribe to that as well.
So the first clinic is taking place at the Achimota Retail Center in Accra. So you want to head over there if you're anywhere close for the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. Now let's take you to another story. Anglo-Gold Ashanti is investing in the promotion of sickle cell prevention education in rural areas. As part of its healthcare interventions, residents of Boite in the Obuasi East District of the Ashanti region are the latest to benefit from the mining firm's mini clinic aimed at promoting frequent health screening. Here's more in this report.
About 2% of babies born yearly in Ghana have sickle cell disease. According to Dr. Enoch Ado-Sarkodie, a pediatrician at AGA Children's Hospital, residents in rural areas need to be educated on the disease to prevent increasing cases. He was speaking at a health outreach by Anglo-Gold Ashanti in the Boite community at Obuasi, where residents were educated on the preventive measures of sickle cell.
I run a clinic, at AGA Hospital. Currently, I see over close to 100 patients every month who come for their monthly medication treatment. And it's representative of the larger population. I started a clinic about 2 years ago with just 16 patients, and now in 2 years I have over close to 100 patients who are regular attendants of the clinic. And it should tell you that we have more people in the community with a disease that we need to look out for. We need to screen and then diagnose and then proper treatments. One of the ways we can prevent sickle cell disease is that people who have thought about having babies, who have thought about marriage, should screen and know their genotype. So if you are going to marry, you know your genotype and you know the genotype of your partner.
Myths about sickle cell disease persist globally, leading to negative attitudes towards patients. As a result, many people with sickle cell conceal their diagnosis and are reluctant to seek medical care and treatment. Head of Occupational Health at AGA Health Foundation, Dr. Justin Dakora, wants Ghanaians to stop stigmatizing people with sickle cell.
We seriously want to reduce the message we want to reduce the attachment or stigmatization of persons who have sickle cell disease. That's number one. And then to know that it's genetic and it's of no one's fault. So as a Ghanaian, the message we want to put across is that do screen, make it one of the things you check out for when you're going into your relationships, your partnerships. Not to say that don't go close to or don't be friends with. It has nothing to do with being airborne, cannot be transferred. It's everything genetic. And there is enough support.
Anita Sewa Ajogan reporting.
And that's it for this segment. The news returns after the break.
Welcome back to Joy News Desk. To the rest of our stories, it was a clash of champions as winners of the maiden edition of the Love FM High School debate. TI Amas Kumasi came up against defending champions Kumasi High School on the motion DNA test should be made obligatory at birth. After an uphill task for both schools, the Phobians stand the Mrantie in an unforeseen feat to book a seat at the semi-final stage of the competition. TI Amas is aiming at winning the second trophy after 5 years of an unsuccessful journey. Love FM's Nana Boachi Yadom has more.
2018, they came and made it a win from the preliminary stage up to the final stage, and they claimed the title as winners of the maiden edition of the Love FM High School debate. Today, they came against Kumasi. This is their debater. He was the principal speaker for Kumasi, T.I. Amadia. You put out a beautiful performance out there today. That was a masterful performance. Everybody loved your style, your drama, everything put together. How did you do this?
Well, firstly, I'd like to thank God. Yeah, and then I would like to thank T.I. Amadia Senior High School as a whole. It is one of the best schools to attend as a teenager, trust me. From the administration to the teachers to the non-teaching staff and students, everybody is committed to what they do. It is with their support and the belief that they had in us that led us and drove us to give in nothing but our best. After Yas Santos contest, I won't lie, I never got complacent. I was literally having sleepless nights trying to find ways and means to defeat Kumasi because they made me cry literally last year, and I wasn't really bent on revenge but getting redemption, you understand. So I would like to thank our patrons, Sir TZ, Sir Richie, Madam Grace, Madam Kezia, Mr. Cosmos, Sir Eric, everybody for putting in endless time and effort into our performance.
And I must say his performance out there today won him the title as the best debater for the day. I have the patron here with me. Going forward, what are we to expect from T.I. Amadia Senior High School? From the maiden edition, it hasn't been a good run for you, but today's performance out there was so amazing. Going forward to the semi-finals, what are we to expect from T.I. Amadia?
Before I move to the expectation, I want to thank everybody, starting from the Almighty God, to the teaching staff, to the management, to the students, to the debaters. They've all put in a lot of hard work. There's been a lot of sleepless nights. People have been passionate about a lot of things that we've done to take us to this level. So I'm very grateful. The trick is this. It's all about God. It's all about God. It's all about preparation. It's all about passion. It's all about putting our last bit of breath in making sure that we retain the title. T.I. Amadia is all about winning. It's been about, 5 years since we won it? And that is an anomaly. It shouldn't happen. We are winning school. Winning is in our DNA. So we are here to say that we are ready to reclaim our title that we won 5 years ago in 2018. So we are ready, we are up for it. And what you should expect is that we are going home with the title. That's what you should expect.
All right, so expect nothing, but MMDA is saying they are going to go home with the title. But this is the debater himself. Do you think that he can make it to the finals and at the end win the ultimate?
Well, there is a saying that empty barrels make the most noise, so I'd rather show working than talk.
So every school proceeding to the semi-final stage of the Love FM High School debate. Expect Tia Ahmedia joining you at the semi-final stage. They are telling you that they'll be proceeding to the final stage and at the end claim the ultimate. Empty barrels make the most noise. That is according to their principal speaker. For Joy News, my name is Nana Boachidan.
And of course, if you haven't been to the Achimota Mall, that is where we are having our mini clinic of this year's EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. Definitely, there's a new addition this year. We're bringing in qualified lawyers who are astute in what they do to advise patrons on how to go about land issues. That's free consultancy for you and more if you visit the Habitat mini clinic at the Achimota Mall. So if you haven't been there, it's already on. It started 8 a.m. It's closing 6 p.m. So you definitely have to be there. There are a lot of goodies for you when you get there. It's this year's Joy News EcoBank Habitat Fair, and the theme has to do with affordability or comfort or luxury. Which one do you prefer? We have all of that for you at this year's Habitat Fair. That's how we wrap up Joy News Desk this morning. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Log on to myjoyonline.com. There's more of the news and updates of all the developing stories when you log on there. See you again at 12.